Once again, guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. Where we last left off, we have to like prove who really killed Prosecutor Marshall. And we had this cloth thing that actually proves it. But why was it cut out? Was it another forgery? No, it wasn't. But the problem is that it's the print. It's Emma's. It's like the only thing. Do we show it or do we don't? Well, I guess we just show it. Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence. Oh, right. All right, it's time finally come to show it to them. The time's finally come to show it to them. Those prints got to be the chief's. Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. This is the true crime. The picture? Like, I don't want to show this, but I think we have to, and then like work from there, you know? Can I even? Crime scene photo. Well, that's Lana's picture. I don't see anything suspicious about this that I can like pull and say, hey. But this picture, well, we've shown this already, that thing.
Take that!
It's a piece of leather cloth? Yes, it most likely was cut from the victim's chest near his vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword. What? Whose fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Wright has checked, haven't you? Well, whose are they? They're Miss Emma Sky's. What? They're mine? So really did do it. See? I told you it's conclusive.
Objection!
But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that?
Objection!
But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. No. It appears we have our killer. No. No. Should I have hidden it? Everything hinged on that. In the end, Lana alone was found guilty on all counts. Oh, I shouldn't have shown it. Well, my first game over. Huh, what do you know? Okay, don't show it. I was kind of hoping we could, like, go from there, but I guess... Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gunt? You opened my safe! I know you took what was inside! The conclusive evidence! I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we're playing ignorant. Mr. Wright, why did you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gunt? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like the part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in history at the police department. Uh-oh, you just outed yourself. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Ah, I see what we're doing. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Darky convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance. Of course. Insurance. I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hit the most illegible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood of all the pieces.
Objection!
But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Ho ho ho! Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept 1 more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then, before it was too late. Well, I did, and I got a game over for that. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Do I show evidence now? Do I keep saying cannot show evidence? Well, he wants us to show it. Do I still keep playing ignorant? Like, he keeps saying that I have it, but I can be like, I still don't have it. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh. I can play this, I guess. Well, cannot show. Let's do that. No, it's too late to show. It's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, it's just exposed the pure girl's fingerprints. Right, think hard over the circumstances. The circumstances? I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference? So, is your boy Funk figured out my plan? Mr. Wright, this is your only chance! Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclude. I want that point back, so, show evidence. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Fuck! There's this weird red tip on, like the fluff on that spear thing. But I kind of don't want to show this, but I think I have to. He admitted that the piece of cloth was his in safe, so I guess I can show it.
Take that!
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh yes! At last, you finally brought it into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather? There must be a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean it could have not been forged? It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Wright had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright? Do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belongs to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I will tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belongs to. Well, it's her, right? I can't say it's him. It's clearly Emma Sky's fingerprints.
Take that!
Emma? Emma Sky? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why did you tell me? Ho 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 ho! You're really something, writer. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Are you deaf? Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear out. Oh? And what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction! One that proves who the real killer is! Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reigns ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Well, I have no fucking idea. Is it the color? No, they're the same. Okay, so this is like a square print, right? Is it the cutout? The cutout is more round. It's hard to tell. Is it because the cutout is upside down? Like the handprint is like upside down? Like the cut is like round, right? But the fingerprint is upside down. I mean the handprint. That contradicts this cloth. Behold, a piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Like, I got him, but what do I have him with? Like, I only say the picture. Fuck. Oh, there's no blood on it. Is this? Oh, it was cut before. Now I see. You can see on the vest there's blood on it, right? And then it was cut out. If that cutout was after the murder, there would be blood on it. But there aren't any. I guess this picture.
Take that!
And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. No blood on it, boy! Wait, there's no blood on it. Ah! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. More, he most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could have it been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword. Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that he then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. No! Oh man, I-beams! It's finally all over. Oh, good thing I saw that picture. It took me a while. Objection! Lana? Oh, him. That was close, Raito. You almost had me. Sorry, but we'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order! Order! What nonsense is this? Well, Lana just needs to testify because now she got proof that Emma Sky wasn't the killer. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? Earlier, old Raito here concealed that piece of cloth. So then what's your excuse, Raito? Or do you have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At the moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. That's not fair! Ho 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 ho! Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like it's the last laugh on you, son. And you all guys just gonna accept that? I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgy Boy. True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Well, what does this one say? Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Can I use rule number 2? And it's relevant. Like, must both of them be... Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? Do you purposely illegally conceal this piece of cloth? Uh-oh. I can save. Can I say I did not? I would be lying though. Well, I did say at this point in time. So, technicality? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth. I did not? I'm gonna go to that. I admit, I refuse to present it at one point. Aha! So the evidence is illegal.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved with presenting evidence. No, Archie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
Objection!
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. Book?
Take that!
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. I'm smart. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Objection!
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No! He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. Like, I didn't think this far, and this is cool. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh, yes! Oh, there we go. You outed yourself again. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gatt, the killer was you! Lots of laughing. I can't. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum? For 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, the crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to investigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence logger, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. The accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would only lead to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it out. Wipe it up. I was worrying for so much about the floor I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Guy involved in all of this? Well, she had so much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah, it looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well up open close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me are the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. But he was with me, I guess. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Aji? What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be, long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now that you have Wright here, and Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Well, this was a fucking long-ass case just to... There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. At the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. Dude, okay, aside from the few hints here and there, these last few parts I've done without help. Well, hints. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgy Boy. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of a deal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgy Boy. Stop it! I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examination is in order for all of us. Self-examining, or what did they say? The Sky. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact that you still acted as his accomplice, a trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Yay! Well, this trial has gone for far too long already. Hell yeah. I mean, how many parts was this? Alone! Like this trial, stage 3, it was so many parts. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant Miss Lana Sky. Yay! That is all. This court is adjourned. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. It's just now, after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Faye thought so highly of you. Oh, you're my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgy Boy. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. That she's smiling to both of us? You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting. Is this like your 4th time doing it? Or 5th? I lost count. I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. Again. I'll come back later. Wait, Dick. What is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Make a detective run all around while on duty. On top And to top it all off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Deja vu moment. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because my sister again?
Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana!
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. There's like 2 guards right there that can see you.
Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis? I asked God to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you're only doing this for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day, in hiding that what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Sis! I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma. So a picture of them hugging? Oh, there we go. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least that's what I felt watching the 2 sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgy boy? Edgy boy? Stop hiding and come over here. Where was he hiding? Behind those guards. I just came to say congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgy boy. Edgy boy.
Right. Well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgy boy, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. Oh, you're still here? We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Mr. Edgy boy!
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gat was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me were the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgy boy, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gat did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgy boy, don't you understand?
Demon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Can I look for hint for this one? I wanted to get it right this time. Not like with Maya. Like I fucked up Maya and probably you guys wrote it was the bullet. I mean fuck! Oh, the evidence list? Yes, I remember! This? That's the picture I drew! I'll counterattack again with this. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. Oh, of course. I should have known. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgy Boy. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgy Boy! If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgy Boy, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgy Boy, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. I'd better get going too. Okay, I'll be by the okay, so fuck it. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are different. They're a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Where'd it go, detective? I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, haha. You see, Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What? You think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Objection!
Oh, so the real credits. There's not like, oh, there's an extra case. Oops.
I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I managed to find my way back in the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Yay! Shh. Planning, Takeshi Yamazaki.
Yikes, I thought I was gone for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily.
My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes, sir. When I can just be that Dick Gumshoe.
Wow, his idol is Dick Gumshoe. Man, making all these different voices is also hard on me. So that handprint on that mascot was not used for anything. Why are we looking at this? Oh, it broke. Guess it ran out of battery finally. Programming Fumiyaki Sato. Whoa, excuse me. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this in for me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, it seems like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Oh, the cactus?
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Wright Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but at the bottom layer, as sweet as victory. Kit seems to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around the exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
Ben Judd. Localization. I'm Brandon Gay, and Kari Funakoshi. I'll never forget what that young lady defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing, something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be... oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. You know what? I started recording this like 2 in the morning. Or like past midnight. You guys know what time it is now?
Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick.
I think it was around part 41, 42. I started like 2 in the morning. And now it's like 8:30 in the morning. I spent 6 hours doing this. Well, I had a little break. I had like an hour break, so 5 hours. Damn. Mr. Edgy Boy. Oh, Mr. Edgy Boy. I brought you your tea. What's going on? Oh, the resignation? I mean, I couldn't stop. I just had to keep going and going and going until I finished this. I couldn't just like sleep and be like,
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Alana, all I have to do is open this book.
Oh, there's a picture on it! Oh, a letter. That's cute, actually. Rise from the ashes, achievement unlocked. Yeah, boy! We did it. Better not be like a hold it and be like new case. Whew. Whew. So that was the first Phoenix Wright game. So second game is Justice for All, Trials and Tribulations. So next time I start Phoenix Wright, I might think I need a break from this. I might like finish Ioni 3 before I start like the second game. But I had much fun playing this game. Makes me wonder why I didn't play this game sooner. But I think the game was on 3DS, and that will be hard to do a let's play of. But yeah, much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed till the end, and look forward to the second game. I do look forward to it, but then again, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll leave you guys with a high five.